All right. Good afternoon, Sanitra. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. So, Sanmitra, just for audience, what I understand is you have been in a lot of good companies from
Yeah,
IBM to Cognizant and now Deloitte.
Deloitte
So, could you
USA.
tell us a little bit about your journey?
Yeah, so back in 2019, I completed my engineering in electronics and communication. Since that, I started with IBM. It was also through an off-campus. And then slowly and gradually, I was initially working with SQL and little bit of like Power Query backend stuff. And then slowly and gradually I moved into like data modeling and then uh, creating dashboards like what all charts we need to put in the thing, and then data cleaning was also one of the thing, but mostly the client which I faced, the data was not much critical. Data was fine only. So here and there some changes was to be made. Also in Power Query, I have seen like what's it? Query folding technique is used at the data source level uh, for the optimization. And yeah, then since then I moved to Cognizant on SQL role. Then internally I made a change to Power BI, and I was with Cognizant for 3 years and with IBM also approx 3 years. And after that, like I was trying to get out of that company since I was not getting some good projects. And then a bit of hustle, and I joined Deloitte USA. Yeah, back in 2023, I joined Ivy in the course data visualization with data analytics. So in that course, like it was basically a refresher module. I wanted a place where I can refresh, like this content has to be finished in this time. So that kind of thing I wanted. Yeah, there are a lot of like different courses in the market, but I chose Ivy because I wanted a place like where I can refresh all the modules like SQL. I started with SQL with Ivy, and then Excel, and then I think Power BI, and lastly Python.
All right.
So yeah,
So, you think we put enough pressure on you for revision?
pressure is in like after like 5 days of office, and then Saturday, Sunday was little bit of troublesome. Yeah, but still
Okay.
I could manage to attend at least 75% of your classes and Pratik sir classes. I attended your two classes like Excel and Power BI, and Pratik sir only one SQL.
All right. So, what was your overall experience and the kind of assignment or the case studies, the kind of discussions we had in classes? Do you think that was fruitful discussions and
Ah,
the exercises?
yes, I feel all those were important. SQL, like Pratik sir, whatever he taught in class, like if anyone can study that much, it's like the basics are very important. I would say from the interviews which I've given, I would say basics are very important. Like, cause in one of the interview asked me what is the difference between left join and left outer join. Answer is very simple. It's nothing. It's both are same. So he was taking my confidence, like whether I was confident on my with the answer I said them. So basics are very important, and with Power BI also, like data modeling concepts are very important. And then comes the DAX queries and Power Query and some optimization techniques we need to check. And also with the Power BI service also, like, and the concept of data governance, RLS also comes into picture. Since I worked previously with other organizations with Power BI, so they expect me to work on Power BI service as well, and the RLS also. Yeah, but most importantly, like DAX, like I've seen, like they directly come and say, like, I'm giving you one DAX, optimize it. So DAX is very important, data modeling. These two things are very important if anyone wants to join in any Power BI
Absolutely.
role.
So, data modeling, I think I keep telling everyone it's the main engine behind the entire
Yeah,
thing. And
creating
DAX
charts
are the
like,
drivers.
yeah, DAX is very important. And in DAX also, like measures and calculated columns, which one to use and which one not to use. In
Very
that
confusing.
context, yeah, row context and filter context becomes very much important. Like
Right.
dragging and pulling a chart is very simple. we just drag and drop. So those charts are not very important. Those charts anyone can create, like what I've
Right.
seen.
So let
And
me ask you this thing because when you look at LinkedIn and you look at YouTube, a lot of people are making a lot of dashboards and very fancy ones also, like very graphically very appealing, and bunch of charts over there and fancy charts like custom charts and all those they're using. What is your view on such dashboards that you see? Do you think that is something that industry wants, or is it something different?
to be very honest, custom visuals we try to avoid because it
Yes.
affects the performance. Until and unless it's required, we don't use it. And the charts which I see in other places like LinkedIn, YouTube, and all those, like those are very clumsy, I would honestly say, because in companies we use the feature of bookmarks, drill down, exactly a drill through feature, because we try to keep the overview page or the what's say end user level. It can be CIO level or any kind of end user. That overview page has to be very lightweight. And if any user wants to drill through, they can make use of that. But what I see is like everything is put inside one picture, like in one what's say in one report page. So
Right.
that is very clumsy.
Okay. And another question to you on the same line is like when you design a dashboard, uh, again, the thought is not to use all the data. The thought is to use the data which meets the objective. So, in your view, a dashboard, let's say if I have to say two things that your dashboard must do for your client or your managers, what would those two things be?
In the you mean to say in the dashboard perspective or like the from initial stages? Which one?
The output part.
For the output part, the dashboard should have all the requirements which clients wants on the overview page that we need to describe nicely with also a heading has to be there. And if any descriptive, it basically depends on project to project. If the client wants to drill down or drill through in any of the reports, that feature we can enable. But yes, if they do not want the drill through feature in a single page, we can make use of the bookmark as well.
But do you think dashboards should tell a story or just
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
stories?
definitely. If you look at a dashboard, it should reveal something which is like what's say insight oriented or the for the CIO level, they do not have time to go through each and every detail. So all the important aspects has to be there on the front page of the dashboard.
All right. One more question. Like you spoke about DAX. Now, when people learn Power BI, what they typically assume Power BI is creation of pretty looking charts, and DAX to the level of, some basic summarization functions like sum,
Yeah,
average,
some average.
max, min, count. So, in your line of work, what are the different DAX that you have applied? And I'm sure it's not just one DAX which gives us answer, it's a mix of multiple DAX
Uh,
functions which gives us answer. So, some of them important DAX that people should know when they're trying for interviews.
First and foremost thing, they should know the calculate function.
Backbone.
Yeah, yeah, backbone of every functions. Yeah, those aggregation functions are fine because those are used in Excel also and SQL also. And the next thing which comes also like the all except all
Hmm.
selected these functions. Then to optimize the DAX, variables are used. Like
Hmm.
I mostly use variables, divide, yeah, and in my current assignment also YTD functions, I mean the time intelligence
The time
functions are used.
intelligence functions,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, dates in period, uh,
Hmm.
dates YTD. There's so many functions I don't remember. Yeah, also for the summarization, summarize function is
Hmm.
important. Values is important. Distinct when to use distinct and when to use values. These are important. Select columns,
Hmm.
and if required, for example, if any situation arises where there's a two table but the relation between them is many to many, in
Hmm.
that case we need to build a bridge table. And that interviewer can ask like, I don't want you to build a bridge table in Power Query, I want you
Correct.
to using DAX. So for that, we can use like union, select columns, summarize a lot of things, and distinct also. Yeah, these things are important. And there are a lot of many DAX. I don't remember exactly what calculate is the most important. And inside calculate all except if they want to use. Yeah, and also keep filters. There's a difference between,
Filters, key
yeah, keep
filters. Yeah,
filters. Yeah.
absolutely. Okay, so if you have to, like, you're a very well-established Power BI developer now, 6 years almost,
6 years overall, 6 years.
6 years.
But yeah,
Now
some
let's
here and
say,
there project. Yeah.
now let's say if I have to ask you that, okay, what are the, not just for Power BI, to be a good Power BI developer, what are the key skills one must have so that from fetching the data till the end report that we give is a good business usable dashboard?
Sure. So for this, only Power BI will not help.
Hmm.
SQL, Power BI along with SQL is very important because SQL, since it's a structured language, it will be used in most of the data warehouse. For example, let me take one example, Snowflake.
Hmm.
Most of the data comes from Snowflake, so SQL becomes very important. And yes, Excel also, cause when you are doing a mapping, that time you have to use Excel only. So Excel also becomes very important. And along with it, some little bit of Python is fine, but Power BI, SQL, Excel, and little bit of Python is fine. Rest everything like Databricks. Yeah. Also, one more thing which is very common these days is workflow automation tool. That is Power Automate. That is very
Power
important.
Automate. Right. So foundation is laid by Excel and SQL,
Yeah.
and then you.
No, primary would become since for a Power BI role, primary skill would be Power BI.
Hmm.
But the secondary skills would come SQL, then Excel, and then Python,
And
if anyone.
Python
Yeah.
and Power Automate, you said.
Or automate because they will not expect for a fresher or experience. But yeah, for experience, they can expect Power Automate. But for a fresher, they will not expect Power Automate because it comes with some cost.
Right.
And yeah.
And what do you
So
think are the job opportunities in today's time for a BI analyst or a Power BI developer? Good. It has increased. Many companies are using it,
uh,
or
uh,
it's stagnant right now.
yeah, to be very honest, the time I went through a difficult situation in the month of May. So after that, I started like looking for jobs. So to be very honest, LinkedIn is not the correct place right now. It is the worst. Yeah. For referrals also work, and also like for freshers, like Ivy also provides some kinds of support. They can enroll through that also. Otherwise, they can apply for on Naukri and any
Hmm.
other platforms. Yeah. But yeah, Power BI roles are like today also in my current assignment, two new joinees joined.
I think a lot of businesses are understanding
Yeah.
the power of dashboards and the managers and the business owners getting faster answers that they're looking
Yes.
for.
And also most of the clients now they are migrating to like the GenAI, all those things.
Hmm.
Since Power BI comes, I think with Copilot, as
Right.
far as I remember. Yeah. So and also Power Apps also. I did not work much on Power Apps, but yes, Power Automate is one of the like it depends on the project to project. If your project
Right.
requires Power Automate you will be using. Otherwise, the Power BI service knowledge is also important because you have to deploy, you have to create the deployment pipelines to transfer the reports across different workspace.
Right.
Those things are very important. Yeah.
Now, the hottest question everybody is talking about and everybody is thinking about. Do you think 3 or 5 years down the line, AI will replace us?
AI will not completely replace us. We can use AI for like they will help us, they will assist
Hmm.
us, but they will not completely replace us.
Any
'Cause
instance where you used any product of GenAI, like a ChatGPT or any other AI, to assist you in your work?
I have used ChatGPT for that. For
Absolutely. Debugging your DAX, right?
like make this DAX optimize. It's not
Right.
working. So that way, like yeah, I remember in 2 to 3 days back there was an SQL. The SQL was created by Irwin tool, so we had to optimize that SQL. So what happened was like the client is saying this SQL should hit the table once, but
Hmm.
with once the data will not come. So we have to hit the table twice. So now that a lot of things they are using CT, but with using CT also it's hitting the table twice only. So a lot of things many happen. Then we had to like what say convince client that this cannot happen because data is coming like what to say. We need some data based on the distinct of those data.
Hmm.
This cannot happen without hitting the what say. We need basically what happens is we have to select all the columns, but those columns should be where the condition means the distinct of this. Basically, we have to hit the table two times.
Twice.
Yeah, twice, either in a subquery or in a city.
Hmm.
But client once like it has to come only, it has to hit the table only once. So like that's how it is.
So I think that's a fair answer. So I
Yeah.
also feel that, AI is not here to replace analysts, but actually to make our work faster. Probably what
Yes, correct.
we did in one day, we are doing it in half a day and
Yes, correct.
optimized, like you said, and in a better way. It helps you like a buddy who you can, talk to and get ideas and
Yeah, yeah,
understand
correct.
what is your viewpoint on what I'm thinking, and then come
Yeah,
up with the best
absolutely.
solutions.
And also the report optimization, like in most of the places, the report optimization techniques and the optimization techniques, it can be in SQL, it can be in Power BI, anything.
Hmm.
Optimization techniques is very important. They ask like what are the best practices uh, to make the reports work faster, to or to render the visuals render fastly.
Right. All right. All right, Sanmitra. It was nice talking to you, catching up with you after a long time.
Yeah.
And wish you all the best for your future and more to knowledge, more upskilling coming your way then.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Take care. Thank you for taking out time for us.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank you.
day.
You too.